You need to be ready, because tomorrow the universe is going to speak to you directly. We're about to witness a cosmic alignment so precise it forces its way into your awareness. This is the Mercury Cazimi. This is a spotlight moment, a rare point where Mercury steps into the heart of the sun and the universe delivers a message that refuses to be ignored. And for some reason, it's choosing you to hear it. And whether you're ready or not, the message will reach you. You just need to be able to recognize it. Why the universe is sending you a message during this shift? There are moments in time when the sky doesn't just move, it interrupts you. Moments where the universe creates a checkpoint, a pause, a turning point, forcing you to recognize exactly where you stand in your life. Tomorrow's alignment is one of those moments. When Mercury slips into the core of the sun, something unusual happens. The universe has the urge to send you a message. And this message isn't random. It shows up now because you've reached a point where something in your life is preparing to shift. A direction is changing. A chapter is loosening, a future is rearranging itself, and clarity always arrives right before the movement begins. Tomorrow is that moment of clarity. The biggest mistake you can make during Mercury Cazimi, the biggest mistake people make during a Mercury alignment isn't missing the message, it's dismissing it. These moments of clarity don't always arrive with fanfare or spiritual theatrics. Sometimes the truth shows up in a way so simple and so obvious that people convince themselves it can't be that important. They brush it aside, talk themselves out of it, or decide they're just overthinking. But tomorrow is not the day to underestimate what rises to the surface. During an alignment like this, the sun burns away mental fog and exposes the one realization you've been circling around for far too long. It might come as a sudden understanding about a relationship dynamic, a pattern you've outgrown, or a decision you already know you need to make. The moment it appears, it feels unmistakably right, not because it's loud, but because it feels like relief. This is the universe's way of saying, here is the truth you've been avoiding, and here is the moment to finally face it. Many people experience this clarity and immediately smother it. They doubt themselves, they run back to comfort, or they let fear convince them that they're imagining things. But the power of Mercury Cazimi lies in its precision. It doesn't give you random thoughts, it gives you the thought that changes everything when you stop arguing with it. And tomorrow that realization will show itself. The question is whether you'll recognize it for what it is, or fall into the trap that has held you back every time clarity tried to reach you before. Clarity doesn't whisper, you just learn to ignore the parts of you that tell the truth. The weird way this message might come to you, most people expect spiritual insight to arrive during meditation, stillness, ritual, or deep reflection. But Mercury doesn't work that way. Mercury rules communication, conversation, timing, and unexpected exchanges. The kinds of moments that happen so casually they don't seem meaningful until you look back and realize that was the moment everything shifted. Tomorrow, the message you're meant to receive may not come from within. It might arrive through something ordinary, almost forgettable at first glance. A random comment someone makes in passing. A short conversation that suddenly reframes something you've been stuck on. Hearing a sentence, a lyric, or a phrase at the exact moment your mind was already drifting toward that topic. These subtle interactions can trigger realizations that meditation alone could never reach. This is because the universe often uses the path of least resistance. It doesn't need to send thunderbolts when it can send timing. It doesn't need to reveal a prophecy when it can orchestrate a moment that connects the dots for you. When Mercury steps into the heart of the sun, the ordinary becomes the delivery system for something extraordinary. You might be scrolling, commuting, cleaning, talking, or minding your business, and suddenly something clicks into place. A truth becomes unmistakable, a thought becomes undeniable, a perspective flips instantly. Sometimes the universe doesn't send a sign, it sends the right moment. And when that moment finds you tomorrow, it won't feel random. It will feel like the one thing you didn't realize you were waiting to hear. The side effects of this event as Mercury enters this razor-sharp alignment with the sun. Some people might notice small, unexpected quirks in their mind or body. Things that aren't dramatic enough to alarm you, but strange enough to make you pause for a second. You might catch yourself forgetting a simple detail that you normally wouldn't miss, losing a word mid-sentence, misplacing something that was literally in your hand a minute ago, or making little mistakes that feel out of character. It's not chaos. It's not everything going wrong. It's simply the brain trying to keep up with a lot more internal movement than usual. During a Mercury Cazimi, the mind becomes unusually active, almost like the spotlight of the sun turns every thought into something louder, sharper, and more demanding of attention. Even if you're not consciously realizing it, there's a deeper layer of mental processing happening under the surface. Your mind is sorting through ideas like files on a desk, deciding what matters, what doesn't, what needs to be released, and what finally deserves to be acknowledged. That sorting process can temporarily create this feeling of subtle mental clutter. This is why people might feel mild tension or a strange sense of, I know I'm thinking about something, but I don't know what it is yet. It's not confusion, it's anticipation. There's something forming, a clarity assembling itself piece by piece. And the brain is doing the background work required for that realization to break through. And the interesting part is that these side effects are usually a sign that something meaningful is on the verge of becoming clear. It's that feeling right before a breakthrough, where the mind is reorganizing your inner landscape so the message can land without distortion. These quirks tend to pass quickly once the insight settles in and the puzzle piece locks into place. Your mind glitches only when it's trying to reveal the thought you've avoided the longest. Tomorrow's alignment brings that exact kind of thought into focus, and the moment it clicks, everything that felt scattered suddenly makes perfect sense. And now it's time for today's comment of the day. With all the alignments going on, it's very important to make sure to expect positive. You pull towards you what you focus on. Make sure it's rooted in positivity and love. There's a quiet discipline in this message. What we focus on has a way of shaping the direction we move, not because we're ignoring reality, but because attention is powerful. Where your mind sits for long periods of time tends to influence what grows around you. Choosing positivity doesn't mean pretending everything is perfect. It means deciding that your foundation, the place you operate from, will be built on hope, clarity, and love rather than fear. That kind of focus has a way of changing the path ahead. Thank you for sharing this reminder.